He's finally home. He's finally home. Bradley Barcola, bienvenue. Bradley Barcola to Liverpool. Here we go. Finally, bro. After long talks, for the whole summer, for the whole transfer window, we've been waiting. I've been waiting for this signing. I've been waiting for this. And it's finally a here we go. Agreement in principle was announced by David Ornstein and the Athletic. Then the here we go was announced by Fabrizio after. But Barcola finally is a Liverpool player. We've signed him for around 100 million euros, 100 million pounds, sorry, fixed, that's a fixed fee, then 20 million euros in add-ons. In euros, that's 140 million euros total package. And I think it's a very good deal. I think it's a very good deal considering the fact that PSG were quoting us mad money at the beginning of the whole situation with Barcola. And I'm gonna touch upon later in the video why this is such a good signing. Why, of course, we still need a defensive midfielder and a right winger alongside Barcola, but why this signing will transform our attack. Before I do that, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, keep on supporting, guys. Keep on supporting the channel, keep on subscribing. I'm trying to grow the channel as much as possible until the end of the year, trying to grow the community. So please, guys, please subscribe. Please subscribe. It's free. I'm telling you guys, I'm going to be making a lot of content all year, so please subscribe, guys. But the reason why I say this is a good fee for Barcola is because you look at the market for wingers, and the winger market specifically, the market in general is very inflated. It's kind of cooked, but you look at the winger market and it's not the best. And a lot of players who aren't proven at the highest level or who have only had one good season at a high level, at a good level, they're going for ridiculous amounts of money. I'm seeing players going for 80 million, 140 million, 110, 120, 117 million, 100 and so many different players are going for so much money, and they're not even proven like that. Then you wouldn't consider them in the conversations that Lamine Yamal, Elise, Kvaratskhelia, Vinny, you wouldn't put them in these kinds of conversations in terms of being in the elite upper echelon of wingers. And of course, that's the market. You can't, of course, people will judge a player based on their performances for that transfer fee, value for money. But in this day and age, I think it's very unfair to judge a player for the price tag because that the market is inflated. Any half decent player goes for over 50 million, over 60 million, especially as an attacker, especially in positions where they are in high demand. So I think this is a very good signing because Barcola is proven. He's proven at the highest level. Back-to-back Champions League winner. He'll give us that winning mentality. With the likes of Salah leaving, Robertson leaving, that winning mentality is leaving the dressing room. But Barcola, he has won the Champions League twice. He has played a big role in PSG winning those Champions Leagues, and he knows the pressure. He knows the pressure. And of course, it's going to take time for him to adapt to the Premier League and adapt to playing more low blocks and stuff like that. But players from Ligue 1 in multiple positions, they tend to do well because Ligue 1 is a very physical league. It's the league that is the most similar to the Premier League. That's why you see the likes of Cherki, the likes of even Jacque, he looked good on his debut. You see so many players, they do well. That's why Premier League clubs go for players from Ligue 1 because Ligue 1 is very similar to the Premier League. Unlike La Liga where it's more slow, it's more technical, it's more about on the ball than off the ball physicality, athleticism, which is what the Premier League is centralized about essentially. So I really do believe that this signing will be a success, and of course he's gonna have bad games, of course, but you just have to support him. You have to support him. The same way we have to support Isak and Wirtz, we have to support Barcola. We have to support him. I know the fan base, the pressure after one bad game, people are gonna say, "Oh, he's terrible," or rival fans will be trying to rage bait and say, "Oh, he's a waste of money." But we just have to support our player. We've been wanting this player. We've been trying so hard for this player, so we just have to support him. Obviously, there's things of his game that he can improve, like his end product, like his conversion rate, his finishing, even his playmaking in terms of being more of a creative type of winger. Because when it comes to 1v1 ability and when it comes to getting into goal scoring positions, he's one of the best in the league. He is the best left winger in the league, but he can even go up another level because he's only 23 years old. He still has so much to improve in his game, and I think under a coach like Iraola, who has worked with wingers, who has gotten the best out of wingers, this is a match made in heaven. So I'm really, really happy with the signing. Tactically, of course, Barcola will play on the left. That is why we are looking at a right winger, which I think will get done. I don't think it's going to get done by the Nottingham Forest game, but definitely by deadline day. We'll get a right winger, we'll get another winger for sure, a winger that is versatile. I think a defensive midfielder is needed. I've been saying Lamine Kamara. I've been saying it for so long. Lamine Kamara is who we need. I've been saying this for so long. I've been saying this for so long. Lamine Kamara is who we need. We need Lamine Kamara. We need him. We need that physicality in midfield. We need somebody that is comfortable on the ball, receiving the ball under pressure, press resistant, somebody that can break up play. And Lamine Kamara is all these things. I know he didn't have the best World Cup with Senegal, but he wasn't playing in his usual role that he plays in at Monaco. And go and watch highlights of Lamine Kamara against PSG last season, and he was the best midfielder on the pitch. A pitch that had Vitinha, a pitch that had Fabian Ruiz, a pitch that had ballers, and Lamine Kamara was the best midfield, one of the best players on the pitch. So I really think Lamine Kamara is someone that we should try and do. I've seen him being linked by a Senegalese journalist. I don't know how reliable that journalist is, but we have been kind of linked with Lamine Kamara. Hopefully we can get him done as well alongside a winger. But speaking on Barcola, this is such a good signing, man. This is the kind of signing that will transform our attack. Our ability to break down low blocks has improved because with Barcola, he's got that dynamism, that unpredictability. He can go down the outside, he can go down the inside. He gives us that transition threat as well against big teams, teams that are going to leave space in behind. Barcola gives us that genuine pace, that genuine threat in behind that we didn't really have last season. A big reason why we struggled last season, of course, we were outran in midfield and we struggled a lot from set pieces, but we didn't have enough pace and dynamism in the attack with Luis Diaz leaving, with Ekitike getting injured. We lost that pace, we lost that dynamism that we haven't had since prime Salah, prime Mane days. Now with Barcola coming in, that's pace. That's pace. That is genuine pace. With Isak getting back to his best, that's another transition threat. With Munoz, that's another transition threat. So in transition, we will be one of the best teams in the league. Obviously, we need balance though, because we can't just have fast players, but players who aren't intricate, who can't create. That's why on my TikTok, I said a right winger that we should try and get is Anis Haj Musa because he's a playmaker type of winger. He's very good at taking on his man 1v1. In the Eredivisie last season, I believe he ranked in the top 10% for dribbles completed. He is a very good player, very, very good player. William Gomez is also somebody that I would take as well. Just any right winger that is a 1v1 creator. Ismail Assar, I personally, I'm not really like moved by that. I saw we made a bid for him and he's a good player. He will get goals, but he's not really the kind of winger we need because Barcola is similar to him and Barcola is a better dribbler than Ismail Assar. So for me, when you get Barcola, you have to get a creator, somebody that can create for Isak, create for Ekatike. So for me, I would go for Anis Hadj Musa, William Gomez from Porto. I've also seen Carlos Forbes online from Club Bruges. Just any left-footed right winger that will be creative, get that done, get Lamine Kamara done. But Barcola to Liverpool is finally a here we go. We have finally signed him, and I'm over the moon. I am just so happy that he is coming to Anfield. Like the tricks, like some of the nutmegs, like the game against Man City in the Champions League, so many times. Like he's a big game player. That's the thing as well. For France as well, he stepped up at the World Cup. He was one of their best players. That's not even a crazy thing to say. Mbappe, Upamecano, and Barcola, those were France's best players at the World Cup. Olise was good in moments. Kone was good in moments. But for me, the three definitively best players for France, Upamecano, Mbappe, and Barcola, those were the France's best players. So Barcola, he can do it at the highest level. He's done it in the Champions League. I remember the game against Inter in the Champions League final where he absolutely cooked Acerbi and he would have scored, but unfortunately he just missed. And obviously that's the part of this game he has to improve, being consistent in terms of finishing. But Barcola, he is a wonderful player and he is on the cusp of being world class. He is somebody that will be world class with consistent game time. That's all he needs. The reason why he hasn't been able to be consistent and get rhythm is because he's behind Kvaratskhelia, who is, for me, the best left winger in the world. For me, the best left winger in the world currently. So, obviously, when you're competing with that kind of level of player, it's going to be difficult. But at Liverpool, he will be the starting left winger. He will be the guy starting every week on the right. I mean, on the left, sorry. Rio, Victor will start on the right alongside the winger that we're going to sign. I do think Gakpo will maybe get sold. For me, I would only sell Gakpo for the right price. I'm still happy to keep Gakpo because he can be that backup to Isak until Ekatike is back, and then you could potentially sell Gakpo in January. Once you know Ekatike is back, you can sell Gakpo then. I wouldn't sell Gakpo because unless Chiesa is staying, because I'm seeing reports of Chiesa could leave as well alongside Elliott, I think you need that backup to Isak. I like Kumes, but he's a bit too young. So for me, I would keep Gakpo just to be that backup to Isak. And then obviously you sign the right winger, sign the defensive midfielder, and this transfer window is a very good transfer window. But let me know what you guys think about Barcola signing, finally coming home, finally coming to Anfield. Let me know what you guys think. Like the video, subscribe to my channel, please guys. Please subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it, guys. I'm trying to grow the community as much as possible. Subscribe to the channel. I'm out. Barcola, bienvenue, Bradley.